space or out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set?
Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sione Takitaki came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. Diggs with a good footwork. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming for you. You mine. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, exit.
Off play action. Eason. This is the tight end, Njoku. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, look, 2.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So we got man. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
They'll run with Chubb, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Come off the ball. Say. You draw corkers.
Now Chubb running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He finds his man, complete. It's Andrews. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up second and 9. On second down, it's Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Johnson. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Tucker's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
We got this.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check 52. Ready.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
60 outlaws.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
18 Gator. Single. Hey, Delta. Hey, check two. Tie that left. 40's mine. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
60 Pittsburgh. Watch the curls. Hey, Echo. Check three. Go. Big River.
They will run with Grant. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. Hey, Haywood. Hey. Who that? Mike 40, Mike.
Operating from the gun, Eason. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 39, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And it's third down.
Let's get this.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson forced out to his left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Here we go.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They run. Chubb. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Strip that ball.
Yes.
40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Check.
Get it.
Back to throw. Eason. And he's able to find Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Off the play fake. Eason. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
54.
Looking to throw. Eason. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Play action. It's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Squeeze. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Here, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Grant, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
I got you. Under 10. Hatchet. Check nickel.
Now, here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fix and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Let's go. Get set. Shoot.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey. You got it.
And Diggs has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Down. 10 logo. 55. Go tackle. Let's go. We got this.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no. Let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Buzz. Mike's 40. Time to go. Night. Let's go. Hey. Mike 40. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Ready?
On 3rd down, Eason. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. Blitz coming, and down he goes. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Now Chubb. Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something that there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Jackson on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
3 buzz. Check. 40's mine. 40's mine. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 40. Check. He's coming.
To throw on 3rd down. Eason. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing right, and that's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Jackson. Snead's got it. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson on 1st down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To try again after the sack. Jackson, it's complete to Snead. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sione Takitaki able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all